Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor podcast.
Why don't we get into stuff we like to do around here? You know what I'm saying? Because it's that time to talk about Bachelor stuff on our show. Yes, and we are the show that provides all that Bachelor stuff and all the drama you've been missing while the show is in the off season. But that won't be for too much longer.
Yeah, next week.
Next week
Finally.
is the return of the Bachelorette, and we are here to cover it. So. But before we get talking about the Bachelor Nation stuff, YouTube, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop new Bachelor content, just like this. And if you just did, oh man, huge shout out to you. Woo-wee, air horns for you. We like to shout out the people that leave comments on our videos. And of course, that's the Nancy Drew crew, the OGs, Catherine Ann, Kathleen Kent, Marion SP in the building, leaving comments and we love it as always. And you could get a shout out on the show too. All you got to do is subscribe and leave a comment below. Just let us know. Just say hi. You could just, give us your thoughts on your anticipation of the new season of The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
So we just really enjoy that. We got a comment of the week actually that comes to us from the homie Catherine Ann. Catherine Ann, she leaves us a comment that says, "Hello, crew. I personally will always have a soft spot for the Bachelor franchise. I've always been watching from the beginning with my mom. We'd watch while talking on the phone together, so even a state away, it feels like we're together."
I love that.
That's beautiful. I just wanted to highlight that because that's what this show is, for us.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you find people that are, and this is what this show, Future Bachelor, is for us and our community of people that listen, and Veronica and I to stay in touch talking about stuff, it's just, nice. I really do enjoy it. I love connecting with people and letting, that realize that I'm like a fan of The Bachelor. And then, we just start talking about the show and stuff. And it's a great, it really is a thing that kind of can bring people together if you just kind of look at it in the sense of just a common thing for people to do. I love that idea of first of all, I've been watching it since the beginning. That's a long time.
Right.
And to have something like that with your mom and to be able to be on the phone and just talking about, people, kind of what we're doing. It's like you have your own podcast with your mom. That's
right.
Cool. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that because I think there's a way to actually bring joy, by watching the show sometimes, even in its misery and its conflicts,
ridiculousness.
And stuff. Yeah. So, I just wanted to highlight that. So, shout out to you, Catherine Ann, for leaving that. I just want to go ahead and let everyone know we got the full version of the podcast available everywhere, every week, which includes not only this Bachelor section we talk about, but we talk about other things, pop culture. We talk about our favorite new music, the shows we're watching, our thoughts on that. What we got going on in the next week and shout outs and a whole bunch of other things. So, make sure you listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Yeah. V, with all that being said, where do we start with Bachelor Nation stuff this week?
Well, I wanted to comment first on what Catherine Ann commented.
Yeah, of course,
just because I think we started this show because we realized that we both liked watching it and we met each other at the company. Mm-hmm. And, we realized we both liked watching it, watched it together, realized, we both like talking about the show. And I think it's interesting. I only started watching it because my friends watched it and they liked watching it with me because of the commentary I made. And now, it's it's an interesting thing about the community around these reality TV shows. Especially we could even see that since the whole Vanderpump Rules explosion, where that bars were hosting watch parties as if it were a sport. Yeah. So I just think, there's something to be said about the community around reality TV that's similar to communities around sports, which I'm a sports fan. I'm a big lover of a lot of sports. I've got my teams and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, this is like kind of like a different
I love
sort
that
of
analogy. I love it because I'm not a sports person, but like if I get talking Bachelor and reality TV, it's like, you know, I'm talking like if I were a sports person, you know, we're talking stats, we're talking about, you know, spinoffs and teams and whatever it is. But I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, not saying that we wouldn't be friends, like, you know, outside of this, but I do think this is like a staple of our friendship that, you know, in a world where everyone has their own lives and very easily could, you know, spread out very thin and stuff, like this keeps me and you together. And I mean I appreciate us like having a podcast and a place to do this and talk about this stuff. So at the very least, yeah, it brings people together and keeps people together, you know, so that's pretty cool.
Right. Maybe not always the relationships on the show, but
right. But us, we're solid. Yeah, so good stuff. I love that. Yeah, so you know what's been going on in Bachelor Nation? What you've been seeing on the streets?
So Kelley Flanagan, who, you know, famously was on Peter Weber's season, was the girl that, you know, he met at a wedding prior to the season starting, left before like the final four-ish, and then he ended up getting with her on and off during the pandemic and everything like that. She is officially with some dude named Ari Raptis, and she seems very happy. He's an entrepreneur. They were at a wedding, it looks like, together. They hard launched their relationship this past Thursday from, I think it was her family's, it was her sister's wedding. So like her family and stuff was all there. So definitely he's getting the full family treatment. So definitely getting him in there straight, feet to the fire. So happy for her. Seems like,
man,
you know,
I just like wonder how this, you know, I feel
makes Peter feel?
Yeah, how does Peter feel? I know no one cares, but I kind of do because
I know no one cares.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, the mom left a comment being like, "We're so happy, like, you know, you got yourself a Greek boy." Like, she just seems
so weird. That's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's just probably like they know more about the relationship than we do as people from the outside. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty soon. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like anything on Kelley, but like feelings still linger. Like, you know, like it would just hurt. Like, and that's a family wedding. It's not just like a friend's wedding. That's like your sister's wedding.
Yeah, your sister's wedding is big deal.
So it's like, I wonder if there was any, like, you know, this someone she knew for a while, you know?
Potentially. Yeah. Maybe he just like got back into her life when she was single again and they were able to pick things back up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they do look great together. I mean, Kelley's, you know, I thought has always been a catch, you know? I don't understand what happened on that season with Pete. Oh, I don't understand. Like,
he fumbled the bag.
He fumbled the bag. Like, you know, that could have been a love story for the ages. Like the way their story was kind of cool, I always thought. Yeah. Even though it was a little unfair, I think, maybe for the season, but it didn't work out that way.
She always knew she had a leg up, and I think Peter was too much of a wuss to, like, you know, maybe potentially stand up to production about that. And because, like, I think she caused issues with the other girls just because she, you know, carried herself in a certain way. And, I think, like, you know.
And that was a season with
Victoria Fuller.
With Victoria Fuller. Yeah, that's always hard to try to push out of your mind as well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of feel for Peter Weber, man. Like, you know, he lost a good one. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he can still find, like, some great women out there. But, yeah, it seems like this is like one of those, like, I don't know. It seems like it's going to be pretty successful, the relationship. Just, you know.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
So Madi Prewett's really good friend, best friend, I guess, Janine Amapola, who like is known, I guess she does like some blogging, vlogging, TikToking. She used to do like some blogs and vlogs when her and Madi lived together about, you know, their stuff. Got engaged, and all I can say, and like I saw a different creator on Instagram who's like a different Bachelor creator like talk a lot about how these photos look very much so like Madi and her friend got engaged, and that like the engagement is all about Madi. It's just like very bizarre. But I guess like she was a big planner in the engagement, which I guess this Janine helped plan Madi's engagement as well. But Madi's also like wearing like a cream dress. Her friend's wearing a white dress. Like it just looks like she's like in every fucking photo. Like even like in the ones with the new fiance, like she's like all up in it. I don't know. It feels like the one photo, like the fiance is completely cut out of it. It just feels very cringy and weird. And it's just like, I don't know. It gives me weird vibes.
It's irking you.
Huh?
I feel like it's giving you the ick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like, you know, people used to say like that really irks me. Now it's like it gives me the ick.
It gives me the ick.
Yeah. I'm looking at them right now, and yeah, it just seems like, I don't know. It's like everything wrong with like an engagement. You know, with the photo session, you're so involved, like.
It just feels like very, I don't know. And also like, you know, no hate, no shade. Everybody's on their own timeline, whatever. But like, cause like we all know Madi and her now husband Grant got engaged pretty quick, got married pretty quick, all within like a year's time, pretty much from them meeting / starting to date. But like this girl, she was saying how, you know, Janine was saying how it's been 11 months since her and her boyfriend started dating, so she felt like it was time, which like, I mean, if that is time, like we know people personally who got engaged after, you know, 6 months or like whatever of dating. Like it can happen and it can work out well, but it just feels like this weird, like the narrative that Madi and this girl Janine, like they promote a lot of like this whole like, you know, I don't know, it's just like very like, we now have the man in our life that God always told us that we would.
Yeah.
And it just feels strange.
Yeah. I mean, from this perspective, like, you know, I don't know. There's a whole gang of people, I'm sure, out there that think just like they do.
Yeah.
And,
I know they are.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like we're not like hating on people making like, you know, the decision to,
no,
you know, be engaged and stuff. It's more of just like, it just looks tacky. It looks like
the vibe is off. Like the vibe is off. It just feels, I think the ick that I get from it is that it feels like this is all these girls, like this is their personality, is like being engaged or being married. And like, I personally don't like that.
Also the fact that like, I mean, it could be her friend too, that's like really happy that she's friends with someone that's got like, you know, some notoriety and stuff. And it's like so much so that she's like the third wheel in your engagement photos. I don't know.
Well, and it seems like they both have blue checks. They both have some sort of notoriety. I'm saying like this girl definitely does some sort of like. Blue checks
now doesn't mean anything on Instagram. That means you pay for it, right?
No, that's Twitter. I think you still like.
No, I think you pay for it on Instagram.
I don't think you have to.
I think I've seen a lot of people.
I know I literally have to submit people. I know that it's still like they're trying to do like a payment plan and shit too, like Twitter, but it's not exactly the same.
Yeah,
like,
I just seen a lot of people that like out of nowhere just have like blue checks, and that means they're paying for it. So, yeah. So anyone can have a blue check now. But yeah, I see it. I mean, good for them. They're all happy getting married. So yeah, I see what you mean though. I'm looking at it right now. Anything else happening down in Bachelor Nation?
Yes, Tayshia did an exclusive to show off her Soho apartment. I guess she did a collab with Williams Sonoma Home to give, you know, a whole glam makeover to her place. This place is huge. I mean, when you know New York, you know places aren't huge there, and she's got this beautiful, it's super glam, a lot of like marble accents, like very like crispy, clean, modern look to it. And she is calling it like her Carrie Bradshaw moment. She's single, she's having fun, she's hanging out with her girlies, she's inviting people over to entertain. She's like, you know, she's living her little life. What's crazy is that
this doesn't look like an apartment. It looks like a lot of people's apartments I've walked into. Like
it looks like it's pretty staged. I mean, yeah, the Williams fucking turned it out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like they put the chandeliers, the flowers, the decor, like all that really makes a difference. But like a lot of people could probably do this to their own apartments. What I really like about it is the office area. She has like a little sick desk set up.
Yeah, that's really cute. And I like the little shelves, the floating shelves with her like bags and shoes and stuff.
Yeah, and you shoot any apartment with a cinema camera, it's gonna look pretty.
It's gonna look sick.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good for her. She deserves it. It's not. It's funny though. Like it's like I said before. It just seems like kind of like. I mean, it's big, but it's not like anything crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it looks like the same amount of room you have at your place. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I mean, a different layout for sure, but
yeah.
I think like. Yeah, it's incredible. I wonder how much she's paying for something like that.
I mean, yeah, especially like in Soho, can't be cheap. Yeah. Can't be cheap.
Does she rent this place or does she own it?
That's a great question. I feel like that's always so different in New York because like it's because
if she's owning that looks like $1 million apartment or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, so she's single, huh?
Yeah, single girly.
She's not
out
dating
here in these
that,
streets.
Not dating
having a hot girl summer.
She's not dating that one dude anymore.
I don't think so. Luke from Summer House fame. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's just saying that she's single. Maybe, sometimes people, they're all like, I'm single until like things are more official. Maybe she's still like seeing him and stuff, or maybe that's, her little thing to, maybe get the...
That would hurt if I was seeing her.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you're single? Okay, well, I was just like sitting in my boxers on that couch. But yeah, I mean, you know what? It is what it is, though. Good for her. Yeah, I mean, as we kind of get closer to this, like next week with the Bachelorette and stuff, what are your thoughts going into it? I mean, I know we've seen a little bit of the guys. I haven't seen too much. I don't know if there's going to be so much drama in this episode. In this season.
I was trying to see like whatever the promos were showing, but I felt like it wasn't showing too much. Like, I mean, I love Charity. I think she's like a super sweet girl. I think she got the short end of the stick on Zach's season. I just think she kind of got mistreated by some of the other girls, just kind of whatever. And I'm just happy to see her hopefully come more into her own, because like whenever she was even given more time to talk, express herself, whatever, I just feel like she's very poised. She's just like so caring, so sweet, so beautiful, like just has honestly like I think a lot going for her, but I think she's, maybe more reserved, needs a little bit of time to open up. So I hope this season really like shows her at her best, like, because I don't think she's boring in any stretch of the word. I think she definitely, just needs a little bit of time to warm up. But I'm interested. I always find it interesting to see like what the dudes do.
Yeah.
But I wish the best for her. I'm excited to see how her journey begins. And progresses.
I mean, if they can make a season with Zach Shallcross, like I think they can make a season with anybody.
Right.
It's just gonna be. They made that season happen, and it all came together eventually. So, I'm sure this will be a great season. Yeah, guys. I mean, what do you think? Do you think I'll be all up in the engagement pictures for, your friends, or do you just kind of let them have their moment? Let us know in the comments. What about Kelley? Yeah, was that too fast for her to move on? Do we care about Peter anymore? Probably not. Did you see her new man's? Yeah, he's cute, right? And he's like,
a cutie.
He's pro weed, so it's kind of cool. And then, did you get a chance to see Tayshia's new NYC home tour? It's pretty clean in there, would you?
I know she put on quite the outfit for that tour. Like I'm like, this is like a cocktail dress.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It doesn't really. It's like
I would have liked like a crisp, clean shirt, like something like maybe like casual, but with like an edge or like a pop of something. Like the dress felt too much to me.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's funny you said that because I thought the same thing. What do you guys think? Did you think the dress was too much? I don't know if you've seen it, but check it out. Yeah, and then, make sure to listen to the podcast because we here for you. And we'll see you next week with the first episode of The Bachelorette, right?
Woohoo! Finally!
Let's do it. All right, guys.
Future Bachelor Podcast.